Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7th Annual India Mela. My name is Saba Saul. I will be your MC for this morning, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host,
Hansdeep Bawa.
So the first thing what we want to do is that it took a lot of people to put this together. So I want a round of applause, a huge round of applause for everybody that helped put this Mela together. And every year, this Mela is successful because of you. All of the people that join us here to share in the music, the food, the culture, and the atmosphere of a Mela. It is a celebration. It is a community celebration. And we're all very happy that you could join us again. This year we have 2 days. 2 days of food, fashion, music, and we have over 400 performers performing non-stop for 2 days from 11 in the morning till dusk. There will be participatory dances where you can get up and you can learn some of the dances. The unique thing about the Indian culture and Indian music is that each step, each motion has a meaning. When you see the dances, they tell a story, either out of our past or something that's important in life. When they use their hands, they portray emotion. Our effort is to also educate you a little bit about the Indian culture as we move along, just so that we can get to know one another. And I'm just going to turn it over to Hansdeep to say a few opening remarks.
Thanks, Abba. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us at this Indian Mela, this celebration. As you can see, rain, shine, or an ankle fracture couldn't keep us away. You can see that I'm sporting an air cast. I was going to wear an Indian suit, but I thought, I'll sport an air cast so that we can represent all of us, and I'll leave it up to Saba to have his nice kurta and nice Indian outfit. It's funny, Saba, because being a project manager in my past life of adult injuries, fall-related adult injuries, I fell. And I think I should go and retrain myself from the manual that I've written on fall prevention injuries. So anyhow, I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you so much to all our dignitaries. Thank you so much to all our supporters, our vendors. As Saba has mentioned, we have 2 full days of celebration, so welcome.
Thank you, Hansdeep. This Mela in particular is a significant Mela. For one, it is a countdown. It's the Indian community countdown and the multicultural community countdown to Canada's 150th birthday next year.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The other significant fact is that it is also on Monday the 70th anniversary of India gaining its independence from colonialism.
Yeah.
The first thing that we're going to do as tradition and protocol demands is that we're going to acknowledge the First Nations whose ancestral territory we are on. So to the people of the Songhees, the Coast Salish First Nation, Haichka Siam, my hands go out to you. And we're going to start with the first item, which is a national anthem, the 2 national anthems of Canada and India.
Absolutely, Saba. And to join us, we're going to call upon some of our kids, our youth, and some members who are going to join us for the national anthem of both India and Canada. So please join us on stage, guys. Can we all please?
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाए सब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
True faith and love in our son's command. With glowing hearts we see the rest, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you so much for that national anthem, kids. Every time, I mean, now the Olympics are also going on, I, feel so proud when I hear the national anthem of O Canada. We're so blessed to be living in a land that truly is glorious and free. Thank you. We would now like to invite the executive of ICCA, the India-Canada Cultural Association, who has taken the lead in putting this event together. I would like to introduce the president of India-Canada Cultural Association, Mr. Gordy Dodd. I don't think Mr. Gordy Dodd needs any introduction. Mr. Gordy Dodd is well known in our community for not only his entrepreneurship, but his numerous community and philanthropic endeavors. So please welcome Mr. Gordy Dodd to the stage.
And Anshdeep, I just want to add to that. This gentleman here is an icon in Victoria, but it's not his business. It's not his success. What makes him an icon is that it's his heart. He has got a very large, good heart. Every year, he puts together events to help feed the less fortunate and raise money for good causes like cancer. He's well known for that, and knowing the man personally, I'm very proud to walk beside him in events like this. So, Paji.
Thank you, Saba and Hasdeep. First of all, I'd like to thank Almighty for giving us a nice, bright day today. Yesterday, everybody enjoyed, and today and tomorrow going to be a beautiful day, and that will help our children, like everybody, to enjoy this festival. That's a big hand for. And I always say, I think we have the best country in the world is Canada. And when we go to the provinces, then BC is the one of the best province in Canada. And when we go to the cities, Victoria is the best city in British Columbia, and I can say in Canada, I can say in the world. So ladies and gentlemen, we are so lucky today. We are sitting in the heart of Victoria, beautiful garden city, and we should be thankful that. ICCA is India-Canada Cultural Association, going for a long time in Victoria. But actually, for the last 6-7 years, just like it's more visible. And this is the 7th time we are doing this India Mela over here at the same location. And people enjoy the food, people enjoy the culture, and people enjoy the art from our country. And we are all immigrant people over here from the world, all over. And with us, we bring so much good values of cultures, art, and our food. So ICCA, its goal is to share everything what we have, and we have fortunate people living in this country, and the bylaws, laws over here, just like it's so nice. If you compare Canada with the different country, we are pretty lucky living over here. And we in the evening time, Lana Popham, she's having a dinner at East Indian restaurant, and Andrew Beaver is sitting in the Chinese restaurant, and everybody enjoying the different kind of food, different flavor, and different passion. That's what we call this country, Canada. Give it a hand. We celebrate India-Canada Cultural Association about 7-8 events in a year. And we invite all the people living in Victoria or on the island to come and involve in these ones. We do Baisakhi dinner, pretty big. People, about 4,000 people go through that. And then we do Mela, and we do Diwali dinner, and we are celebrating almost all the events of India over in Victoria. And thank you, you're always with us and make all these successful. We can share aroma, and we can share the flavor and the rich tasty food and rich culture with each other. It's wonderful. Thanks for everybody to continue the support of the passion to make the organization successful. Thanks all of the performers, that's the big thing, and those performers, including Saba, he is the director for to doing that, and all the performers, we have about 200 performers. They're going to perform for these 2 days. They performed last night too. And we have, restaurants over here. We got lots of clothes over here. And after that, please shop around and spend some money. And I want to call all the executive people over here on the stage. Please, all the executive people, please come to the stage. The hard work you have done, we want to recognize this. Please, all the on my right-hand side, we have a Param Bhalla, he's a past president, and this fellow over here, Bikram Baba, is a vice president of ICCA and chair for this Mela. And we have a Jay Khan, and he's a director for all the stage program. We have a sweetie, we have Sajit Bedi. She is looking all the volunteer work, all the hard work she is doing. Let's give a big hand to her. Kamal Panesar, she's a secretary. Preet Jal and Balwinder Honda, Masa Singh is a director, and Balwinder Honda is a treasury for the company, just started and is doing. And just big hand to these people. And I want to mention one more guy who is the big deal of ICCA is Shneel Bhatia. He's sitting over there with the blue shirt. It's a big help, and we can move up without his help. Thank you, everybody. We always think about the future vision of the sharing and richness of the culture with the other communities, create the positive relationship with everybody on this island. Living on the multicultural country, we are all trying to live as a brother and sister. we really thanks from ICCA, all the merchants. They are here, they put the booth, and they are really helpful. There's the food, and there's lots of cultural thing to buy. And I like to thank all the chief guests and Mayor of Victoria, Mayor of Saanich, and Councillor, and we have from the police, acting mayor, acting chief. This is the 7th annual Mela today, and we like your presence, support your sport, and greatly value from the entire community. And thanks again for the 300 children who are gonna perform on the stage for the next 2 days from 12 o'clock to 7, 8 o'clock. They will be turn by turn, all the people are gonna come over here. And a big thanks to the parents, big thanks to the families who are initiated in them for the culture and to go into this, and they're giving rides, they're giving to those people, encouraging them. And I'm really thankful to those parents. And they are the future leaders, and God bless them. Now we are looking forward with your help and for this seventh annual Mela just starting, and about another half an hour or so, just like we will be all enjoying all the dances and all the food and everything. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Gordiji, for that introduction. I also want to reiterate that this whole Mela, this whole celebration, this whole event is volunteer driven. The amount of hours the executive puts in to put something like this together is immense. So please, another big round of applause for the executive, for all the volunteers who put in their effort without getting paid, the numerous hours. Something goes wrong, they're here. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to be here, giving all our local performers an opportunity to be here and present our culture and show our culture and our diversity here in Victoria. We're so blessed. Thanks again. And once again, thank you to all the dignitaries and VIPs who are here. These are elected officials and they represent all of us. It is our pleasure and our honor that they are here. They're able to take some time out and join us and inaugurate and join us in our celebrations. Thank you so much. I want to introduce some of them. If I please stand up and when I do the introductions, that would be really nice. The acting mayor, Beth Burton-Cran from Township of Esquimalt. Welcome. Ben Ist from Victoria City Councillor and CRD Director. Colin Plant, Saanich Councillor, as well as the CRD Director. Colin is dressed appropriately for the weather. Thanks, Colin. The acting mayor of Oak Bay, Mr. Kevin Murdoch. Thank you, Kevin. Councillor Charlene Thornton-Joe. Councillor Leif Wergerland. Mayor of Sydney, Mr. Steve Price. Councillor from District of Saanich, Mr. Fred Haynes. Mayor of Souk, Maja Tate. I'm sorry. Maya. My apologies. Once again, thank you very much for joining us today. I'd like to call upon Saba.
Thanks, Hansdeep. I just want to add to what Hansdeep said, that these are our elected officials. They work hard for us all year round. It's a pretty thankless task, really. They don't do it for the money. They do it because they want to help our community. I mean, these people are all very, very important and central to the quality of life that we have here in the CRD. We're very glad they could join us today. And it's nice to see them when it's not an election year. So at this time, I'd like to call up a few speakers. We will have 5 speeches, then we're going to launch into our very first dance. It's a special compilation that the kids have done to do the countdown for Canada 150th. I'd like to first of all call upon Colin Watson, BA, MPA, and a whole bunch of other titles, Acting Deputy Chief Constable of Operations, Victoria Police Department. And I asked him why he came. He said it's a great opportunity to celebrate the multiculturalism that is Canada, that is Victoria. And that's why he's here, and he doesn't dance very well.
Good morning, everyone. I'll be very, very brief. First of all, welcome to everyone for this to this absolutely remarkable community celebration. Thanks for everyone for coming. On behalf of Acting Chief Manik, who unfortunately was not able to join us today, and all of the South Island police chiefs, detachment commanders, police officers, volunteers, and reserves, it's our honor to be invited to be part of the celebration here today, and I'm really, really honored myself to be able to represent that group, so thank you for that. The Victoria Police Department and the area police departments are long and proud members of the Greater Victoria Police Diversity Advisory Committee, and as such, it gives us such great pleasure to be able to know that you're hosting the event here in Victoria, and that we're again be able to be part of that. I hope throughout the next couple of days you'll you will see some of our police officers, reserves, volunteers in the area. Please stop, take a moment to say hi, introduce yourselves, take the opportunity to get to know some of the fantastic men and women that serve so proudly the City of Victoria and the community. I know that you're in for a very exciting couple of days. Enjoy the music, the food, enjoy Victoria, Centennial Square, and thanks again for coming.
Thank you, Colin. Next, I'd like to call Mayor Richard Atwell. This man is seen in all of the events, not just at Mela's, but in all of the Indo-Canadian events. He makes a point of being there. We really appreciate that, listening to the problems of the community and their issues and opportunities. So we really appreciate his support. And he is 1/4 Eastern, I think it's his right arm. Mayor Richard Atwell, Mayor of Saanich.
Well, thank you to the Indian Canada Cultural Association for inviting me here today to extend a warm welcome to everyone who has come out to enjoy the festivities. And thank you to Gordy and to Vikram and to Prem and the team for putting this all together. I'm honored to be here and be part of the Welcome Committee, and so happy and excited to be here. And thank you to the ICCA for the contributions that they make, not only to this event, but the Greater Victoria region in general. We are blessed to have such a generous organization serving our community. For 40 years, the ICCA has shared a strong leadership through its steadfast mandate of highlighting the beauty and diversity and bridging gaps between cultural groups. The 7th annual Indian Mela is a fun-filled showcase of ancient traditions and provides the younger generation with cultural immersion in their heritage. This is the type of gathering that instills pride in our neighborhoods, strengthens communities, and also creates harmony. Like all of you, I'm eager to try some of the many delicious, authentic dishes and to enjoy the abundance of local talent that has been gathered here for our pleasure. Once again, I want to thank the organizers for putting this together, and to everyone here, enjoy the festivities. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. You'll also notice that we have a very young, lovely lady sitting here with the dignitaries. This is Mrs. Vancouver Island, BC 2016, Seema Saxena.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Seema Saxena, and I have recently been titled as Mrs. Vancouver Island. The event happened in Langley, BC on the Canada Day long weekend, and I was one of the contestants who won from Mrs. Vancouver Island. So I'm the very first one as a Mrs. Vancouver Island, and I'm hoping that some more people will go in the pageant next year, and I'll be happy to give over the crown to them. So I am really I would like to thank the ICCA Board of Directors for inviting me to the opening ceremony. And please, everyone, enjoy the 2 days of the celebration. And this is the 7th annual celebration by the ICCA, so please enjoy the 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you, Sina. 3 or 4 more speeches, and then we're going to launch into the first event. Our next speaker, the Mayor Helps, the Mayor for Victoria. In the Indian language, the Punjabi language, a mayor is referred to as the Sarpanch, as a Sarpanch. So I'm going to ask her to come up and pronounce that in a minute. Mayor Helps has done a remarkable job. Right now, as you know, the city has had a few issues, tent city, etc., and she's done a remarkable job in holding everything together. Mayor Helps?
He made me practice before coming up. Sir Punch. Is that right? Thank you very much, everyone. I would also like to acknowledge there are some of my colleagues with me here. Councillor Thornton-Joe was acknowledged. Also, Councillor Chris Coleman and Councillor Margaret Lucas. So if they could all stand up once again and have some applause, because a mayor is no one without her council. It's also my honor to welcome you here to downtown Victoria, located on the traditional territories of the Songhees and Esquimalt peoples. And as we heard earlier, it's important to say Haichka CM. Thank you very much to them for welcoming us here. It's a real honor to be Mayor of Victoria on days like today. The sun is shining, our public square is filled with you here to celebrate diversity and multiculturalism in Victoria, in British Columbia, and in Canada. It's these kinds of events where we get to learn about another culture, where we get to share, taste, smell, get a tattoo. I saw there's a woman over here who looks like she's just had a beautiful henna tattoo. Might get one myself afterwards. So it's really an opportunity to learn more about each other. And as we learn more about each other, that deepens our understanding. And when we understand more about each other, it deepens our ability to care for each other. So thank you for coming. Thank you for to the India-Canada Cultural Association for creating and convening all of us here today in this spectacular place for this spectacular event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sir Punch. Helps. The next speaker will be Andrew Weaver, who's the MLA for Oak Bay, Gordon Head. This man has got a remarkable passion for the environment. He has sat on various chairs in national, international committees that help and work towards saving the environment. He's from the Green Party, and so I'd like to ask MLA Andrew Weaver to come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd like to start by thanking the India-Canada Cultural Association for organizing this event and inviting me to take part of it. Now, I recognize that my speech is between you and the chicken vindaloo over there, which I'm looking forward as well, so I'll be very, very brief. It's always been an honor for me to participate in the opening ceremonies here, and this event is perhaps one of my most favorite festivals in the summer, and it's what makes Victoria such a wonderful place to come and visit in the summers. Here we are bringing together a diversity of communities and cultures to celebrate diversity and multiculturalism through amazing food, music, dancing, and the other performances that we'll see over the next 2 days. It seems to me that this event also brings the weather with it because, as we all know, last week was not a nice week, but here we have the ICCA event, the Mela, and the sun comes out. It happens every year. The ICCA and their dedicated volunteers put on the brilliant Mela every year. It's become a summer staple for Victorians, delighting and educating people of all ages. The annual Mela is fun and is a fun and engaging way to learn about India's rich and vibrant culture. And I cannot wait to take part in the activities and watch the entertainment today and my chicken vindaloo in about 15 minutes. Thank you.
Our next to last speaker is a young lady who is very well known in our community. She's a friend. She comes to all the events. She supports the Indo-Canadian community in whatever their issues are and the opportunities. She's always been a strong supporter of the Mela. She's been here from the very beginning. And we really appreciate having her again this year again. And this is Lana Popham, MLA of Saanich South. Lana?
Thank you so much. It's fabulous to be here. I can't believe that we've been doing this now for 7 years. When I think about all the delicious meals I've had, how many incredible hennas I've had painted on my arms, and of course the lovely clothing that I've been able to acquire too. It's a fabulous event. And of course, this event is about celebrating culture. And over the last few years, we've seen a revisiting of a story in the Indian culture, Indian-Canada culture, that we're not as proud of, which is the Komagata Maru. And I think an event like this really instills in us that cultural tolerance, acceptance, respect, and celebration are constantly a work in progress. And it's events like this that allow us to do that. So I want to thank the ICCA for helping us do that, for enriching our lives. My life has been so much more rich since I've been involved. And I think that I'd like to thank you for your work, but mostly I'd like to thank you for your generosity of spirit. It's incredibly generous. Thank you.
We have one more speaker, then we'll launch into the first event. The Office of the Consulate General of India, Rajiv Kumar Chandar, is a very important role in Canada. It is a link. It's a link between, see, this is the unique thing about the Indo-Canadian community. We have a foot in two worlds. We're very, very proud Canadians. Canada is our home. We're very proud of that fact, and that's our home. But we have a motherland, India, and we try to keep in contact with our motherland as well. So it's a very unique position that every multicultural society in Canada, every community has that same link. It's a very strong link. You will see some of the celebrations next year just to show how proud we are of being part of Canada. The Consul General could not make it today, but his representative, Jasveer Singh, Consul Head of Chancery, is here, and this man's got a long pedigree, which I'm not going to get into. I just wanted to, I did ask him, I asked him, like, what did he think the important role of the council offices, and he said, again, it's that link. It's trying to serve the needs of Indo-Canadians whose motherland is India, but they are Indo-Canadian. Jasveer Singh?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure and satisfaction to be with you and to share this dais with such outstanding people here. I would first of all request you to clap for all the people who are there and a louder clap for yourself for being here. Thank you. Now, I know that you are looking forward to the culture program, so I'll keep my speech brief. Just try to reach your heart. First of all, I would like to thank the association, the India-Canada Culture Association, which took pains to bring us together, and that also for 3 days with such wonderful programs. This event flags the best properties, characteristics of humanity. It is the sportsman spirit, the healthy competition, the cultural exchange, a better understanding for each other, and the best example of the great people of Canada. who always extend their hands to all people. They want us, everyone, to march hand in hand for the progress of the world, the humanity, and for making not only Canada but the whole world a better place to live. I am also most grateful to the mayor. In her speech also she mentioned the best thing that such melas serve. It is the bringing together of hearts and minds, where each of us understand each other better. We try to help each other. For example, the henna, the mehndi, which we use. Once they come, they see what is its significance, what background it has. For example, it is linked to marriage, it's linked to so many ceremonies. They have a better understanding of us. Similarly, there is a need that as they are walking into our lives, into our various phases of life, we need to walk towards them. Their trust in us is an example that they want us to be better human beings, better citizens. But then it calls upon us to perform, to live, to be here much better human beings so that we can match them. And I'm very happy that the Indo-Canadian community, the Canadians, and not only Indo-Canadian, all people who have come from various countries have made a name for themselves and for this country. Thank you. I would, on behalf of the Consul General, Rajiv Chandra, on behalf of the consulate family, wish you a happy occasion to be together and assure you of our utmost commitment with you to serve all of you, whether it is a consular matter or whether it is any investment matter, that the consulate stands with all of you. And in fact, our job here is to be with you, to help you. And we will try our best to perform to your satisfaction, try to come to a fulfillment, whatever expectations you have. And I would once again like to thank not only the management committee, but each and every one of you and the wonderful audience we have at the dais. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would also like to acknowledge two other dignitaries, Councillor Susan Bryce from Saanich and Mayor Stephen Price from Sydney. So our job is almost over. I want to thank my co-host, Hunsteep, who even though she fractured her ankle a couple of days ago, she made the effort to be here. She's been a moving force behind this Mela. She did all of the communications, she did all of the media, and that's one of the reasons that the Mela has such a large exposure. We get 15,000 people here through 2 days.
Thanks, Abba. Actually, by fracturing my ankle, I found out how many others have done the same. So I don't feel so sorry for myself now. I actually feel great that I've joined one of the dignitaries has said, has joined an exclusive club of ankle fracturing. But nonetheless, I still will read my manual on appropriate footwear on falls prevention.
Good job. So now we're going to do a tradition that we've had since the very first Mela, and this is the opening of Mela 2017, where you will see for 2 days non-stop acts running from 11, 12 o'clock till dusk. And we're going to do it the traditional way with a ribbon cutting, with the two dignitaries stand up at the end. They can stand up and cut at my count. I'm going to count in the Punjabi language. One means ek, do means 2 and 3. When I say 10, you cut it. Ek, do, teen. Mela 2017 stage is now open. Our very first, with the dignitaries, sit in the shade now. We have tested your fortitude and your discipline. You have passed the test. We have a small act, first of all, with two Bollywood dancers who put together a special short item to start the countdown to Canada.
I want to point out to all the dignitaries that Saba is going to test you again next year, as Mayor Helps has, said Sarpanch in practice, so you better be practicing your 1, 2, 3 in Punjabi. So as Saba said,